I mean, yeah, I'll just chump block with the Evangelist, and then next turn I get both those creatures back, and I'll create another 2/2 and or a 2/1 and another 1/1. So could also have a burn spell or something, so then that would be a way that he could get us. But yeah, this opponent just really, I don't think, has a good way of dealing with these creatures that come back turn after turn. And here are some more tokens that you'll have to deal with. Target creature gains hexproof. Okay. Guy's making moves. Big 11 toughness. And again, I'm happy chump blocking with this creature, because we're just returning him. Another one. It's like that Simpsons meme where Moe is throwing Barney out of the bar, and then Barney appears right behind him instantly. That is 100% what this meme is. This guy just removes these creatures, the Evangelist and Surris, turn after turn, and they just keep coming back, just keep pumping out these spider tokens and bat tokens. Nimply Pimply, GG, buddy. Good game. Cecil. So we gain some life for that. Probably into Sephiroth. Ooh, the Quarcy Revenant. That's a good draw for them, for sure. For sure. So opponent is tapped out. We get these 2 creatures back. They each come in with an additional +1. And we can play Enduring Innocence, and then we can play this Enduring Innocence. Oh, another Ouroboroid. Absolutely love to see it. We're now up to 6 toughness. Opponent's down to 9 life. And yeah, he scoops it up. Just not being able to, you know, permanently remove these creatures is just too much value, and they just come back turn after turn after turn. I absolutely love it. Hey there, neighbor. Welcome to another MTG Arena Standard video, and today we're actually going to be playing with a deck that someone played against me the other week, and it looked like a really fun deck. I thought it was pretty original. They were playing with Smile at Death. For 5 mana, you get an enchantment that says at the beginning of your upkeep, you return 2 target creature cards with power 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, and you get to put a +1/+1 counter on those creatures. So every creature that we're playing with does have less than 2 power. We're playing with the Dragon Sniper, Vigilance, Reach, and Death Touch, so really nice blocker, because he can, you know, if he does block a 8/8 creature, for instance, he does have Death Touch, so that 8/8 creature dies. We're playing with the Rubblebelt Maverick. When this creature enters, you get to surveil 2, so you can put some creatures in your graveyard if you want to, and you can also spend 1 green mana, exile this card from your graveyard, and put a +1/+1 counter on a creature that we control. We're trying out the new Surris Spidersilk Innovator from the Through the Omen Path set, or the Spider-Man set, for 2 mana. We get a 0 power, 1 toughness creature, which doesn't sound that good, but he does create a 2 power, 1 toughness spider token, which is really nice. And then you can spend 4 mana to transform him into the Tech Vanguard. You get a Vigilance reaching 4/4 creature, which is pretty nice. But yeah, he has less than 2 power. We're playing with the Tender Wildguide for 2 mana. We get a 2/2. You can tap him to add 1 mana of any color. You can also tap him to put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. And he also has the Offspring mechanic, where if for an additional 2 mana we cast him, we get to create a 1/1 copy of this guy. So it creates a 1/1 token that also has the text of you can tap it to add 1 mana of any color, so a little bit of ramp right there. And then we're playing with the Sanguine Evangelist for 3 mana. We get a 2/1 Vampire Cleric. It creates a 1/1 bat token, and it has the Battle Cry mechanic, where whenever this creature attacks, each other attacking creature gets +1/+1 until the end of the turn. We're also playing with Enduring Innocence for 3 mana. We get a Sheep Glimmer, pretty funny creature. It's a 2/1 with lifelink. Whenever a tiny weenie creature enters the battlefield, we get to draw a card. It does only trigger once each turn, but if this creature dies, we do get to return it as an enchantment, which is pretty nice. And then finally, the last weenie creature we're playing with is, of course, Ouroboroid, everyone's favorite creature from the Edge of Eternity set for 4 mana. You get a 1 power, 3 toughness plant worm, And he, of course, if you guys don't know, has the text that says at the beginning of combat on our turn, we put X +1/+1 counters on each creature we control, where X is this creature's power. So, of course, turn 1, he just puts a +1 on every creature, including himself, so he would go up to 2 power. And then next turn, since he's at 2 power, he puts 2 counters on every single creature, so he would go up to then 4 power himself. The turn after that, he would then put 4 counters on all of our creatures. And we do have ways of increasing his power right away, like with the Maverick. Can exile him if he is in our graveyard to just put a +1 on a creature. And of course, if this guy dies, which he has a huge target on his back when you play him, if he is in our graveyard and we play Smile at Death, then we can just return him from the graveyard to the battlefield and he'll come in with an additional +1/+1 counter. So that's kind of the entire deck right there. We are running 4 copies of Day of Judgment just to keep the board clear if we really do need to keep the board clear. But yeah, just being able to block with all your creatures turn after turn until you get Smile at Death, that usually does provide just too much value that the opponent just can't deal with, because the Evangelist creates the 1/1 token and Surris creates the 2/1 spider token as well. And then, of course, Ouroboroid just pumps our entire battlefield up. So that's the deck we're going with. Let's see if we can get this enchantment to hit the battlefield and just pull back creatures turn after turn after turn. So I'll see you guys in the games. All right, guys, opponent goes first, but I do like our hand. Tiny Bones might make us discard some cards. I will keep a Day of Judgment just in case he does have a lot of creatures, but next turn we can get down the Dragon Sniper. And I mean, yeah, if he plays the Deep Cavern Bat, he probably takes Day of Judgment, so I'm pretty happy we're drawing another one. Could, of course, remove our Dragon Sniper as well. He chooses the Innocence. That's interesting. So yeah, we get some more Surveil action. Authority is also nice when he plays a lot of creatures. We'll at least gain some life, and they will come in. They will come in tapped. Phyrexian Arena. We're going to go ahead and say no blocks for right now. And then we'll get Starting Town down. Here comes Authority. And then we can attack with the Dragon Sniper. He does have Vigilance, which is really nice. Opponent does have a lot of card draw. I don't think we really have a way of getting rid of that. Another Deep Cavern Bat. Let's hope he doesn't have another one. Because, yeah, I think we will just be wiping the board next turn. Of course, it does depend what he plays. He does get rid of 1 Day of Judgment. And yeah, that's a big no blocks from us. Multiversal Passage. So that's actually really nice because, oh, I should have attacked first. That's my bad. Should have attacked first. Opponent's going to draw 2 cards. And then next turn, we can play Smile at Death. We would only be getting the Dragon Sniper back, but I think it's worth it. The Dark Confidant. This guy just loves his card draw. This one's a little bit risky, though, because you do lose life in combination with Phyrexian Arena. So this guy is going to be losing quite a bit of life each turn. But yeah, for us, Smile at Death. So lose 1 life for that. Another 1 life for Cecil. And there is another Tiny Bones. We gain 1 life from that one. Attacks with the Dark Confidant. And then I will bring back the Dragon Sniper. Comes in with an additional +1. There's Ouroboroid. What an amazing pickup for us. Because if the opponent does remove these creatures, we do have a Day of Judgment. This one could be white. I guess I technically... No, it's fine. So Nowhere to Run is going to remove Ouroboroid. So no counters for us. Another Nowhere to Run. But again, we just get these creatures back. So I'm really not too upset about this. Opponent might actually choose to take those creatures with Tiny Bones. But we'll just go ahead and blow up the board then. Opponent's down to 11 life. Boop bop. Yeah, he is going to take Ouroboroid from us. But again, I don't mind, and you're down 2 of those tiny bones. I doubt you have many more of them. Do get to return the Dragon Sniper and an Enduring Innocence, but we'll just wipe the board. And next turn we get our Dragon Sniper and Ouroboroid back, so yeah, I'm really not too worried about all these kill spells that the opponent has. Cecil, so we gain some life for that. Probably into Sephiroth. Ooh, the Quarcy Revenant, that's a good draw for them, for sure. For sure, for sure. So opponent is tapped out. We get these 2 creatures back. They each come in with an additional +1. And we can play Enduring Innocence, and then we can play this Enduring Innocence. Oh, another Ouroboroid. Absolutely love to see it. We're now up to 6 toughness. Opponent's down to 9 life. And yeah, he scoops it up. Just not being able to, you know, permanently remove these creatures is just too much value, and they just come back turn after turn after turn. I absolutely love it. So pretty cool deck from the opponent, though. Lots of card draw, pretty risky. That did drain them out quite a bit. I understand that, you know, you probably want to flip Cecil. But yeah, it was a little bit too much drain for them. So GG. All right, guys, opponent goes first. Is big sad. But the Dragon Sniper, opponent might be a mono white life gain deck. But then the Dragon Sniper having Death Touch is really nice. And he has Vigilance himself. So yeah, his mono white life gain. Ooh, we have our own Authority. We will definitely play that one. Opponent gains some life. We'll play our own Authority. And then we can attack with this Dragon Sniper. Such a funny name. That's like an old school Xbox name. Dragon Sniper. Put a few X's in front of it. You get XX Dragon Sniper XX. Brings me back to the good old days. We'll get the Evangelist down. Have a Day of Judgment to clear the board. We will have 5 mana eventually, which is pretty nice. Just need to find our Smile at Death. Opponent with the Johnny's Pride Mate. So I guess we always keep our Dragon Sniper back. Opponent with the Healer's Pigeon. And I guess the question is, do we... Well, he's all tapped out right now. He does gain 2 life for that. We'll go with Restless Prairie for sure. And then we will big attack with everyone. Opponent down to 20. We're at 21, and they're the life gain deck. So yeah, we really need to find our Smile at Death. That's what we need. Gain some life. Good for you. Good for you, buddy. Take 3 damage ourselves. Opponent gains some more life. Ooh, there is Ouroboroid. You love to see that. This one, we'll have it be blue. And then yeah, here comes Ouroboroid. And then we can attack. We'll keep this one back because he's bigger than the Healer's Pigeon right now, and we're definitely going to outscale him because he just has a Johnny who's growing. He could have Sheltered by Ghosts. There it is, but we will at least get Ouroboroid back. A Carrot Cake. Do you gain life? Whenever a white creature you attacks, you gain life. That's a little bit... Well, I guess he wants all the life gain. But I mean, a Johnny is never attacking through this creature, so we'll block like that. We'll just block like that. I'll take 5 damage. It is quite a bit, but I'm not too concerned about it. There is a Maverick, which is pretty nice. Let's see. So first things first, attack with everyone. Get some Battle Cry going on. And then wipe the board and play Maverick. Yeah. Wipe the board. We get to create the Bat token, which is nice. Opponent gets that back. And we can play Maverick as well. Opponent Ooh, Enduring Innocence, really nice draw right there. And then this one can come in on white. So yeah, now we just really need to find our Smile at Death. Opponent hovering over Ouroboroid, could be a Get Lost. Ooh, Elspeth, that can destroy Ouroboroid, but then you do lose Elspeth. Yeah. So she's at 2, so yeah, we definitely will play this one. Opponent gains some life, but yeah, you do lose Elspeth. And yeah, we quarter of the way through our deck. We have to find a Smile at Death. Gain 3 life. They get to create the bunny token. They do get to draw some cards off that, I believe, right? Whenever you gain life, put a +1 counter, and whenever you do that, draw a card. So pretty nice card draw from the opponent, but Dragon Sniper is a great pickup for us. Just because I will take that trade all day, every day, and the opponent knows that. It is a pretty big creature, which is kind of scary. Day of Judgment, also a phenomenal pickup. I think we actually just ripped that right away. Just because I don't like them having all this card draw, so... Even though the opponent does have 4 cards in hand, so one of them's a land. Sanctifier. So... Ooh, and then a Johnny. We are down 2 of our Day of Judgments. I think we play 4 of them. Opponent is making it close. We really need to find our... That's really not it. That one's really not it. 5. I guess we can get down Authority. That's just exile a card. Now we're still at 22, so... Ooh, opponent has nothing. That you love to see. Doesn't gain any life either. Here he will gain some life. Gain 2 life. I don't think I want him gaining 2 life, so we'll just have him gain 1. We do get 2 cards that we get to draw off that. Oh, and another Day of Judgment. Great pickup for us. Land I really don't care about. Maverick is going to put a +1 on this one. And we will end the turn. No attacks. Opponent with a land. I think that's another land. And I will definitely take the trade, so we gain some life ourselves. And there it is. Yes, we get our creatures back turn after turn. So we can use the Tender Wildguide to block, and then I guess from our... We definitely bring back Ouroboroid, and I guess the Evangelist. Resplendent Angel. Yeah, you're really not gaining a ton of life. Even though the sequencing is a little bit unfortunate. The sequencing is a little bit unfortunate because we will have to wipe the board right now. We will definitely have to wipe the board. So we are losing our creatures again. So in that case, we definitely get back the Evangelist. Because that one will leave behind a token for us. Yeah, I wish this didn't trigger instantly. So yeah, we'll get back the Evangelist and the Sniper. We do get 2 card draw off that. So yeah, we get a double card draw every turn. Absolutely amazing. Is this guy playing Get Lost? I haven't seen it yet. Two, 4. We don't quite have enough to attack with the Restless Prairie. Maverick is a nice pickup. And another Maverick. And a Fountainport, which is really nice. So yeah, we will for sure wipe the board. Get all those creatures out of there. We only have 1 Day of Judgment left, so we do need to be a little bit careful about that. But I will for sure play Maverick right now. We get a Surveil of 2. Ouroboroid on top. Absolutely will keep that one. Here comes another Maverick. So Ouroboroid on top. And I guess the Evangelist, that's a fine draw because we do get our card draw for turn. And then we can return 2 creatures with Smile at Death. So we would for sure be bringing back the Evangelist. So that would create the Bat token for us and Ouroboroid. Get to draw 2 cards off this guy. We know that we're drawing Ouroboroid for turn, and then we would draw the Evangelist plus 1 additional card. Could definitely play Ouroboroid and Evangelist next turn, and we would have 2 Ouroboroids on the battlefield. So, yeah, these tiny weeny creatures, just better than your life-gaining creatures. GG. All right, guys, we get to go first, and we do have Smile at Death, so I can dig it. Tender Wildguide is a nice pickup as well. We'll see what the opponent's playing. Mono red aggro, so I think Authority is what our play has to be. And then we could get down Surris. Let's see what we draw, though, because getting Tender Wildguide with Offspring would be kind of nice. Ooh, that's interesting. Multiversal Passage. Yeah, I think we'll go with Surris, and then we can... Oh, I did that wrong. I should have got this one in tapped, because we don't need this 1 mana right now, so now we'll have to shock this one in, take 2 damage. Sacrifice this creature. It deals damage equal to its power to a creature or planeswalker, so that's not damage to our face. Opponent goes with an Opt. Does have Prowess. 2, 4. Yeah, so we'll definitely get Tender Wildguide down. I'll take this damage for right now. This turn, I think we can afford to, even though I am upset that we'll have to shock this one in. Man, Enduring Innocence is also a nice draw because he does have lifelink. And then we don't need to shock this one in, so I think we actually will do it like that. I think having a lifelinking creature is pretty important. Opponent with some burn spells. I'm pretty sure that's what the stick is right there. And we're playing against big Nymph Pimply. Put an extra... No, I don't want to attack, sorry. Put an extra P right there, and then we're playing against Pimp Pimply. What a name. It's the big pimp daddy. Alright, I think we definitely block with the Endurance. Gain 2 life, which is pretty nice. And then we can play the Tender Wildguide with Offspring. And then I don't think we're in the biggest rush to get Smile at Death because we have no creatures. He does blow that creature up, so... Oh, and it actually exiles it? Wow. What a play, what a play. We'll get rid of that creature right there. And then we... I'm going to get this down with Offspring, just in case he has 2 more burn spells. Another Authority would have been nice, though, but I guess we can block with Surris this turn. Don't mind if we lose him. And then, yeah, I don't think the opponent... Even though he does have us down to 13... I just hope he doesn't remove both of our Tender Wildguides, because we do need that 5th mana source. Of course, if we do draw a land, then he can remove both of them, but we don't know what we're drawing right now, so I'd rather he not. Ooh, what does this creature say? Instant and sorceries cost 1 less. That is pretty scary. Do we just wipe the board? I think we wipe the board, so we'll go ahead and add mana. Not that I think it really matters too much. Yeah, because we have 1 mana left over. But we do have double Authority, so if he does play any creatures, we will gain 2 life. It's a land from the opponent. What was his 1 burn spell? Deals 5 damage to a creature. You have no maximum hand size. Whenever a source deals non-combat damage, you draw that many cards. I really don't want the opponent drawing too many cards. He is running out of gas a little bit. You could say so are we, but we'll soon be getting our creatures back from the graveyard. Opponent goes with an Opt. So does he like what he finds? He does. He keeps it on top, and then he gets to draw it. It is a Tolarian Terror. I'm not too scared about that because, again, we can just chump block turn after turn, and we are gaining 2 life for that. And I hope we draw a land. Absolutely amazing. Here comes Smile at Death, and then next turn we get back Tender Wildguide and Surris, who creates the Spider token for us. And then we can just infinitely chump block with a 0 power, 1 toughness creature. And if he doesn't have a way of exiling our creature, then every turn we'll just be getting the 2/2 Spider token as well. So absolutely love that for us. Create the Spider token. Opponent is sitting on some pump spells. That is for sure. Ooh, the Evangelist is a great pickup for us. We'll definitely play that creature as well. And I'll get down the Tender Wildguide while we're at it. So yeah, good luck, opponent, dealing with this board state. And like I said, I'm happy to just jump block with this guy turn after turn. So can also start using Fountainport to sack one of these tokens. And again, it didn't... Burst Lightning, that can deal damage to our face, but... I mean, yeah, I'll just chump block with the Evangelist, and then next turn I get both those creatures back, and I'll create another 2/2 and or a 2/1 and another 1/1. So don't think we need to double chump block just yet. Could also have a burn spell or something, so then that would be a way that he could get us. But yeah, this opponent just really, I don't think, has a good way of dealing with these creatures that come back turn after turn. And here are some more tokens that you'll have to deal with. We just draw a land, which sucks. I think I actually am going to sack a token just to draw a card. Kind of want some card draw. It's what we're lacking a little tiny bit. We do have 2 mana to work with, 3 mana because we can drop this one, and then both these guys can add. So yeah, this guy 100% should be using these Burst Lightnings to go after our life total. Lush Portico, definitely not what we want. So we'll go ahead and Surveil. Definitely don't need a forest on top, that is for sure. And then we could transform Surris, but I'm fine blocking with him as well. And then I'll attack with these creatures. So yeah, nice 8 damage right there. And I think we actually have lethal on board. Math is for blockers, so I'm not going to do it. Target creature gains hexproof. Okay. Guy's making moves. Big 11 toughness. And again, I'm happy chump blocking with this creature, because we're just returning him. Another one. It's like that Simpsons meme where Moe is throwing Barney out of the bar, and then Barney appears right behind him instantly. That is 100% what this meme is. This guy just removes these creatures, the Evangelist and Surris, turn after turn, and they just keep coming back, just keep pumping out these spider tokens and bat tokens. Nimply Pimply. GG, buddy. Good game. All right, guys, we get to go first. I mean, we do have 2 Smile at Deaths, and it's not legendary, so I can get Surris on turn 2. Could work our way up to a turn 4 Day of Judgment. I am always scared when I see a land like that, just because I think they're playing Kona, and they just try and get like an Omniscience on turn 4, or something else equally as dumb on turn 4. Opponent with a Blooming Marsh. Look at our cute little spider, Spooter. We are hitting our land drops, which is amazing. Can go ahead and Surveil. Tender Wildguide. I like that guy. We can keep him. And we will attack for Xiao. Assert our dominance with some big 0 damage. And yeah, we do have 5 lands in total, so we will be able to play Smile at Death. Let's hope the opponent isn't playing with too many pieces of enchantment removal. Do we wipe the board? Could also just transform this guy. Let's do it. Let's do it. So opponent is going for the treasure tokens. But yeah, we have a 4/4 with Vigilance. That's pretty nice. Opponent does have 6 mana to work with. And he just goes with a Shoot the Sheriff. So 2 mana to kill our creature. And it doesn't really matter because we will be getting him back. And then, yeah, we just need to hope that he doesn't have too many pieces of enchantment removal. Which there's not too many people running a lot of enchantment removal. So that's nice. And then next turn we got Lush Portico into another Smile at Death. Even though we don't have that many creatures in the graveyard, so maybe we just go with a Tender Wildguide. Opponent just passes, so I think they're sitting on a bunch of kill spells. And I mean, yeah, it's not really helping you out too much. Ouroboroid, mwah, chef's kiss. What an amazing draw. What an amazing draw for us. The Evangelist. I think he is probably going to kill our creatures, so I don't want to bin this one yet. Get to put some counters on everyone. Actually, he doesn't target our creatures. That's interesting choice for sure. Deadly Cover-Up. He doesn't even have enough to collect evidence. So, yeah, these guys are just coming back right away. And then 4 mana. We don't quite have enough, so we'll just get this guy down as is. And then the Evangelist can come on down. And then we get to put a counter on everyone. So again, you are forced to wipe the board again. Opponent doesn't have it. Found our own Day of Judgment. And I think we are just going to attack in with everyone. I mean, he's not playing any blue mana, so I don't think he has Aetherize. I mean, a targeted kill spell. I think he should have played it earlier. There's definitely something he can do, but no, opponent just takes it. And yeah, you guys can see how nice it is just to be able to bring back our creatures when the only thing the opponent is playing is kill spell into kill spell. Probably sitting on a little bit more, but yeah, those cards aren't doing much for you when we can just bring these creatures back turn after turn. So GG. All right, guys, we get to go first, which is nice, and we have Smile at Death, so I'm keeping this. Fischao. And we'll get Authority on turn 1. We can go with Lush Portico on turn 2. The Lush Portapotty. I will take it. We do need to eventually get up to 5 mana. But I think we'll go with the Multiversal Passage, shock it in so we can get the Evangelist down. Ooh, Quinn's Insight, so opponent looking to do some graveyard stuff, maybe some mayhem stuff. We do need double white, which we have. I think Ouroboroid takes double green, which we'll have with that. I'll go with blue, honestly, just because Surris, to transform him, I believe you need blue mana, so... Is this a May? No, you just discard, so you get rid of Quinn's Insight. Quinn's Insight. See what the opponent does. They go with Nia. So opponent playing with the new Spider-Man cards, the Mayhem deck. I should actually make a Mayhem deck. It's kind of popular and it looks like a lot of fun. So we'll give it a shot ourselves. But yeah, your creature comes in tapped. We can get a nice little attack right now. I think a pretty good attack, actually. Exile 2 cards from your library. Ooh, the Innocence is also really nice. I kind of wanted to go with the Evangelist, but for sure we're getting the Innocence down. That's just some nice card draw. And land on top, that is land number 5. So if you do start removing some of our creatures, then we'll just be able to get them back turn after turn. Kellen the Kid. You may discard. Gloria the Great Armorer? Armorer? Yeah, it looks like they're putting armor on there. We got there in the end. Opponent with some very fitting sleeves as well. Those look absolutely terrifying. Opponent gets to ping us for 1. Anything else you're doing with 1 red mana left? Just exile some cards. Jace Reawakened. Okay, interesting. Really cool deck that the opponent's playing. Nice and original. I can dig it. Kellen does have Flying and Lifelink. So the question for us, honestly, I think we get down the Evangelist, and then we'll get down the Maverick. Get some card draw, which is nice. Dragon Sniper is a great pickup for us, because then we can trade with the kid. And honestly, I'm going to bin those two. Don't think we really need them right now. And then, yeah, here comes the Dragon Sniper. Absolutely love that name. Opponent chooses not to block. Maybe looking to transform Naya. Sky Sail, Storyteller. Kellen joins up. So 5 mana for the opponent to work with. Opponent is already down to 9. I did not even notice that, and we're up to 21. I think thanks to Authority. Yeah, I guess gained 2 life from those guys, and Quinn's dealt 2 damage to us. Oh, and I guess we attacked with Enduring Innocence. Okay. All right. We're playing against Mataboss 192. Are you going with Jace? Draw a discard. You may exile a card. It becomes plotted. That is what you're going with. You may cast a spell from anywhere. Get the Spider, but it does come in tapped. Jace.
To just sit back and hide.
It becomes plotted. I think that can only mean he can play it next turn, though. You may exile a card with 3 or less from your hand. It becomes plotted. To any target. Wow, okay. But yeah, removing our creatures isn't really going to be doing too much for you, because here comes Smile at Death. So, I think I do want to get rid of that creature. And then these 2 will go after your life total. So 6 damage to your face. I guess I could have sent 1 more creature to wow, opponent does choose to take 3 damage. Kind of crazy. We get to create the bat token, get to draw the card. There's Ouroboroid, so yeah, we're up to 25. Opponent's down to 6. Can he one-shot us? Can he one-shot us? Any creature you play does come in tapped, and we do gain life for that, so whenever you cast a spell with equal mana value or less, so I guess you can play a card for 3 mana or less for free. That's nice, but I mean, again, your creatures do enter tapped. Taking our Evangelist, which again, that's not the right choice, because next turn we're getting a Dragon Sniper and another Evangelist back. That Gobin becomes plotted. Annie joins up. Deals 5 damage to target creature. So there goes our Enduring Innocence. Poor little guy. But yeah, Ouroboroid. Ouroboroid plus these 2 creatures entering. This one has Battle Cry. So yeah, absolutely fried the opponent right there. And there, the Authority of the Consuls, I think, helped us out quite a bit, because we're only at 20 life. And I mean, he's pinged us a bunch. He's pinged us a bunch. Okay. Opponent is bringing it back a little tiny bit. They have a ton of removal, but I mean, he's kind of empty-handed right now. Get some nice card draw. Is a Day of Judgment. Could honestly think about ripping it right now. And I think we will. Oh, so I should not have attacked, because he's just gaining 3 life for that. That's my bad, for sure. My bad for sure. But yeah, we'll just wipe the board. We get to create the bat token. And here comes an Authority. And then next turn we play Ouroboroid. We can put a counter on him with the Maverick. Opponent is forced to discard. It is just a land, though. But yeah, Gobin is going to enter tapped. That guy does enter tapped, and next turn, what are we getting back? Oh, he plays the Fleam side. That's awesome. I guess the Dragon Sniper and the Evangelist. So now we gain 2 life for that. That's really nice. Opponent with 1 card in hand. Is it a land? Yeah, I definitely should not have attacked last turn because he should be at 6 life right now. That spider enters tap. So that's pretty nice. And yeah, we return the Dragon Sniper and the Evangelist. They enter with some nice juicy counters on them. We get some card draw. Ooh, double land draw. That you don't really like to see, but it's fine. Maverick can put a counter on Mr. Ouroboroid himself. Put 2 counters on everyone. And yeah, we bring you down to 6. You should be down to 3, I will say that. And opponent forced to discard this one. So he can't play him, I believe. From your graveyard to the battlefield. But that's a creature, and it will enter tapped. You do have to spend quite a bit of mana. I don't even see any black mana. So I don't even think you can play this creature. Maybe that's why he has the Multiversal Passage. And I mean, again, we're at 23 life, and this guy has pinged us a bunch already, so... yeah, this is a really fun deck. I'm glad that I played that one opponent. Jace, what are you going to do? Draw and then discard? Okay. I guess you can play Annie joins up. Ooh, deals 5 damage, so that is pretty nice from them. But our Ouroboroid has 6 toughness right now, which is amazing. Does choose to get rid of the Dragon Sniper. But I mean, Ouroboroid's putting 4 counters on everyone. There's no way you're attacking with Flame. So I think we got him. Yeah, for sure we got him because he only has 2 blockers. So yeah, good game. Nice deck from the opponent. Pretty interesting. We saw Flame hit the battlefield. Let's hit the opponent up with the Flame sticker that we got. So no blocks from us. Opponent with just 1 blocker. And yeah, he scoops it up because Smile at Death will bring back the Dragon Sniper, which you just removed. And I guess the Tender Wildguide. Get a card draw off that. And Ouroboroid pumps everyone up. When we attack with everyone, Battle Cry goes off as well. So essentially, all 4 of these creatures are getting another +5 added to them. So yeah, GG. Alright guys, opponent goes first, but I will keep this hand. I mean, Ouroboroid, Tender Wildguide. Yeah, we'll get this one down tapped. Turn 2 could be the Tender Wildguide. We need double green. So yeah, no Offspring, no stick from the opponent, so no counterspell. Hopefully we hit a land drop, because then we can go Ouroboroid. Opponent with the juicy stock up. The juicy stock up. And we do hit the land drop. Opponent is tapped out, so no need to worry about counter spells. And then we can start growing all of our creatures. Opponent could definitely have a few bounce spells. No, just yeah, if you don't have any bounce spells, and I mean he's playing mono blue, so no kill spells, then Ouroboroid is a pretty scary creature. I'm not sure what he's playing at all. Could of course be the Simulacrum Synthesizer deck. Maybe he could create a bunch of artifacts, but I think we just grow way too quickly, so GG. Alright guys, we get to go first, and we have Smile at Death, in Enduring Innocence, and the Evangelist, so I actually really like this. Get the Tender Wildguide on turn 2, Enduring Innocence on turn 3. I would like to play Lush Portico. No, we can still play it next turn, and we can tap the Tender Wildguide to add some mana to play the Enduring Innocence. So this was actually a really good pickup. Get some Surveil action, which is always really nice. Opponent's playing with Surris. We also have that guy in our deck. But yeah, Lush Portico. I'll throw Dragon Sniper into the bin for right now, just because next turn we do have Smile at Death. But I might want to go with the Evangelist into the Maverick first. Opponent with Sierra and with some green mana. I think he's playing Kona, which is unfortunate. Because next turn he gets down Kona, and then he can tap it right away. And then he just gets a bunch of ridiculous stuff that they can put on the battlefield. Even though he doesn't search up a Kona with that one. So opponent might actually be playing a Spider deck. Which, if he is, Huge props to him. Opponent can tap the Spider. He chooses not to. Day of Judgment is a great pickup for us. And yeah, like I said, I think we do go with the Evangelist, because we get some card draw from that. And then we'll go with the Maverick as well. Get to Surveil 2. Hopefully we find an Ouroboroid. Man, ask and you shall receive. And yeah, no attacks from us. And the turn 2, 4. We will only have 6 mana, so I think I am playing Ouroboroid. What does this creature say? Whenever you cast a creature spell, create a human citizen. Creatures you control get +2 until the end of the turn. Okay, so opponent's just stationing up. Other legendaries you control have indestructible. That's a nice combo from... well, he got rid of his token. I'm not sure why he did that. We can put a +1 counter on this guy. And then here comes Ouroboroid. Do get the card draw off Enduring Innocence. An opponent scoops it up. That's a little bit unfortunate. But yeah, let's think about it for a second. So Ouroboroid put a +1 on everyone. So this guy goes up to 4. Yeah, I think we would just attack with everyone because the next turn we are playing Smile at Death for sure. Battle Cry would go off as well. So we're putting quite a bit of pressure on the opponent. He doesn't have the biggest board state. So yeah, GG. All right, guys, we got to go first. And I like this hand a lot because Passage can come down. I guess on green doesn't really matter because next turn we have the Tender Wildguide into Ouroboroid. And if this creature gets removed, then we'll go with the Enduring Innocence. But I think the opponent will leave our creature be for 1 turn. He has the Bat, which does suck. Maybe he takes Day of Judgment, but I have a feeling he takes Ouroboroid. No, he takes one of the Innocents. Opponent could be on some discard stuff, and maybe that's why he's getting rid of these creatures. But, I mean, Ouroboroid is just such a good creature. I think we have to prioritize getting him down. Kill spell. Ooh, it's Unstoppable Slasher. That you hate to see. But the Evangelist is a phenomenal pickup for us. And then we can just attack with the Tender Wildguide. Deal 5 damage to the opponent. And do you block? You do block. So we do lose our creature. And opponent scoops it up. Yeah, just too much of a wide board state. And yeah, next turn we were getting down the Innocence, and we did all that without the Smile at Death. But even though he is removing some of our creatures, I think with Enduring Innocence allowing us to draw some cards, yeah, we'd be able to eventually find it. We have 4 mana right there, so GG. Hey there, neighbor. Welcome to the post-game wrap, and today this deck was a lot of fun, and honestly it was decently competitive as well. Smile at Death, really nice enchantment for 5 mana. At the beginning of our upkeep, we return 2 creature cards from our graveyard with power 2 or less, and we put them on the battlefield. They come in with an additional +1/+1 counter, and every single creature that we play has power 2 or less, so if the opponent is on Oops All Removal, we honestly don't mind one bit. I also really like this strategy as well because we can just chump block infinitely with some of our creatures. We saw that in just the very, very last game. I might have that game be a bit earlier because it was a lot of fun. But yeah, we were just chump blocking with Surris every turn and the Evangelist. They went into the graveyard. And then at the beginning of our upkeep, we returned the Evangelist and Surris. And Surris creates the 2/1 Spider token. And the Evangelist creates the 1/1 Bat token. And when the Evangelist dies, she also creates a Bat token. So yeah, our board state just grows and grows with these tiny weeny creatures that the opponent can't really deal with too effectively because, yeah, they might have a, you know, targeted kill spell or something, but that doesn't really bother us too much. And eventually, if we do get Ouroboroid down, this guy turns our tiny weeny creatures into just absolute monsters. Really, really tough for the opponent to deal with. And then, yeah, the Enduring Innocence for some card draw. Really, really good. Tender Wildguide, having him be able to add mana for us, also really, really nice. The Maverick I like him because you can pay 1 green mana and exile this card from your graveyard and put a counter on a creature we control. Normally you want to try and get that on Ouroboroid just so he grows even quicker and he can grow your entire team even quicker as well. And then finally got the Dragon Sniper, legendary name right there. Reminds me so much of the old Xbox days. It's an Xbox username if I've ever seen one. But yeah, Vigilance, Reach, and Death Touch as a 1/1 creature. Amazing blocker, because again, if you have Smile at Death, you just bring back a 1/1 with Death Touch every turn. Opponents really don't like that as well. So Authority of the Consuls, just to slow the opponent down a little tiny bit, have us gain some life, also really, really nice. And then if we are in a really big pickle, Day of Judgment, just wipe the entire board, keep it clean. Even if we end up removing some of our own creatures, it doesn't matter, because Smile at Death, we'll just be able to bring 2 of them back the next turn as well. So yeah, this was a really, really fun deck. If you have the wild cards, would definitely recommend crafting it. I mean, Ouroboroid, such a good card, fits in other decks as well, so you can definitely play him. Day of Judgment, really good removal card right there. Enduring Innocence, really good in some token decks as well. Authority of the Consuls is also another really good card. So I know it's an expensive deck, also with the lands as well, a lot of these dual colored lands, but again, lands are one of the most important things. You can include them in so many other decks as well. So I know it is a pretty expensive deck, probably the Smile at Death. Yeah, if you don't have the mythic wild cards, then maybe you don't want to spend 3 mythic wild cards to craft it. But if you do happen to have this card, then this is a deck I would recommend at least trying it out with. This deck also felt like a breath of fresh air playing with some of these creatures. I mean, I know Ouroboroid and Enduring Innocence, quite popular, but just the strategy of being able to bring them back turn after turn is a lot of fun. So I hope you guys also enjoyed the games you played. And yeah, if you made it this far into the video, please consider subscribing. It does help me out tremendously. Go ahead and leave a like and a comment down below of any decks you would like to see me play. And guys, I'm just going to end it like I always end it. I love you guys. Peace out.